Y'all can see that, but that is the plot. It's tilled up really well. We raked a lot of the grass. We probably could have tilled deeper, but I'm okay with not. This is just a good way to rough it up. We're gonna, of course, keep in mind that that mulch is gonna go down, which is also going to help take care of any extra like grass, stuff like that. We raked a lot of the grass clippings on the borders, as you can see, and that's gonna go on my compost pile after we blow all the leaves. I'm trying to think. Even though people might be like, don't get the bigger tiller, you don't need it. You need it. You need it. I got the small one. Upsetting. Disappointed. So I got the medium one. When my homeboys came over, which they're actually still up on this side of town, one is in the restroom and the other is on the way with some Bojangles for both of them. They were straight up like, you should have got the big one. Like, they're like, you should have told us, because, yeah, KJ got the truck and we could have put that in the back of the truck. I was like, noted. What's up? You turn it on. I'm breaking down this carpet like it's getting tape and all that. Excuse me. These are making fun of my little technician. They're getting on my nerves. They are measuring the cattle panels so they can center it with the golden beds. And because they're aggravating and talking trash, that's when we're talking over them. What? What you talking about? You talking about my tape measure? I knew y'all was gonna say something. As soon as I picked it up, I said, you're gonna be like, look how cute this little tape measure is. Hey y'all. I feel like my eyes look weird, but I think it's like an angle situation. I don't know. It's weird looking at myself because it's like in selfie mode. But anyway, so I wanted to update you guys on that cattle panel chartless lessons learned. We adapted and not using the plastic zip ties, because I was like, I could get these UV resistant zip ties, but when I went looking for the zip ties, I was pointed in the direction of these like metal, they're in the plumbing section at Lowe's. They're like these metal rings that you can adjust. My friends were able to use the drill. There was a bit for the drill that made it where we could just tighten it up super easy. So we did that instead of the zip ties. If you Google like cattle panel trellis, there's articles. You could tell that there was, I'll get to this in a minute. If you ever notice, like, and there goes my dogs carrying on because they feel like they gotta be part of everything. Y'all haven't met Kyle yet. Y'all wanna see my big baby? And he real big. Look, he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is Kyle with an attitude, because I just completely. You okay? You okay? Oh no, he's enjoying. Now he's realized, oh, I get to sit on you. This is Kyle back there. It's my Loki. You good? Oh, you're pleased. Now his tail is wagging. He's a mess. Anyway, the little one's over here too. Minnie. 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 You good? Oh, sorry. She's grooming. You know how that goes? Like, excuse me, ma'am. Go ahead. Hey, boo. Come here. Come say hi. That's Minnie. Oh, ugh, got me. Thank you. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Cattle panel. You'll find blogs. It's very clear that this was a trend. There's this thing that happens where someone gets an idea and then it shows up on everybody's blog. But that's besides the point. I get it. You become inspired and you share it. Some people don't give credit, but it's fine. It's fine. I use the cattle panel trellis instructions, and instead of those zip ties to hold up that heavy behind cattle panel, I'm so grateful that my friend showed up because he was in his truck and it just worked out. God, we got him. So long story short, I would adapt the zip ties with either metal zip tie or the steel plumbing rings that are adjustable. I think it was like the one. Was it one? I think it was like 1.5 to 2 1/4. So basically, that's saying that is the width adjustment you have available using that ring, and you just tighten it, and you can use a drill. You'll see it has like this little screw. But if you have the drill bit for it, you could just, as a cheat code, you could just put that in there until you have no more notches left, and then you have it tightened in place. Came out great. I was pleased with how it came out. They were pleased with how it came out. This is a lesson I've learned. Sometimes you'll see that things are made to look perfect, right? Like, you'll be like, oh, that's a great idea. Especially when you're looking at blogs. Even though it was very doable, relatively easy with help. I'm not saying I couldn't have done it myself, but I would have been upset when I got to Tractor Supply. And for some reason, I didn't know the cattle panel was that strong. And I didn't know that it came flat. In retrospect, it makes sense. It's cattle panel. Cowboy, no, sir. A pet mama real quick. Hey, don't come over here. You too, little girl. Because you part of the reason he be doing that. Not saying it's your fault, but still. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, I did not know the cattle panel was as strong as it was. I'm not saying that I couldn't have gotten it in my SUV because I have my seats down, but it still would have been possibly a little disheartening. Possibly. I probably would have been like, oh no, what am I going to do? And then I would have figured it out. But it was just very helpful for my guy friends to be there. What else did I realize? Back to the whole thing about even though we see these pictures and we see how perfect it was, it's not always common that you see people talk about the difficulty. This is me, right? Thankfully, I have a village where I have people that if I call and say I need help, or hey, this is what with them, I was like, hey, because I'm rude with them, so I'm like, let's put our hands in some dirt, and it was like, cool. And then it was that, right? And even they were joking because they ended up being here way longer than they expected, and they were like, we just want to spend time with us. That's all you had to say. And I was like, clearly that's what I wanted, and I love you, and I thank y'all. So shout out to them. I'm very grateful. Love you guys. Whatever. And shout out to their significant others, who I also love very much, because they be like, yes, please go help her. So, But yeah. So I realized that, you gotta be adaptable. It's very easy to get caught up in the smaller details. It's always great to have help, because sometimes you just need people who's gonna give you, I'm not gonna say better ideas, because this one, because they will be like, yeah, we thought so. That's what we thought. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I had a good idea. Just yours was just more practical, perhaps. But mine wasn't bad. It was just, yours was just like practical. And also, you would have argued with me for like 3 days about why your idea is better. And I trust that you know better, because there's certain things you just know and I don't. Fine. Anyway. But yeah, so it was really great to have their help and to spend time with them. And we got a lot done. As you can see, we got those trellises up. I did the cardboard compost with the soil. That was the gardener's mix from a local soil yard. If you're wondering about cost, if I were to not include delivery, I got 3 cubic yards of soil, 1 cubic yard of playground certified mulch, and 1 cubic yard of compost. And all of that together was like, I think I paid, I should have had the number in front of me. I think it was like 2 something. The delivery was $75. When me and the boys discussed the cost at the time, so I'm trying to think, each cubic yard for the dirt was $30. So yeah, if that gives you an example, I'll use this as an example because I can't think of the actual total. I want to say $277, but I don't think that's accurate. I think that's a little bit more than what I paid. I think it was $178. I don't know why I want to say $277, but I feel like it was $178 because it might have been $178 and then a $75 or $65 delivery fee. I think I explained this before. I gave myself some grace because even though I try to save money, I recognize I can't do everything myself. So it's like, okay, if I am being good in this area, right, I need to make sure I budget for these things because it's me doing it, and that's just the fact. So the soil delivery, the soil mulch and compost delivery, I think with the cost and what I paid for the actual materials was worth it. I'm sorry, my lips are very dry, that's why I keep doing that. It's just the weather change. You know how that goes? I don't know if any of y'all go through that, but my lips get kind of dry when the weather shifting. So 1 cubic yard apparently is the equivalent of buying like 13 bags of dirt from Home Depot or a big box store in general. So with that said, I think you guys got a chance to I posted the video of what that delivery looked like. I still probably have half. I have 2 10-pound grow bags, and I have like 5 5-gallon grow bags I intend to use. I just bought a peach tree from Tractor Supply that I'm going to put in a grow bag for now. And because I was going to put it in the ground, but I want my dog to get acclimated to the garden bed. So we've already started fighting about him digging. So both of them digging. So I'm trying to get them used to the no of the garden bed. And my thing is, if I put the tree in the ground, yeah, I can put a tomato cage around it. But this boy don't care about no tomato cage. Not to say he wouldn't, but he don't care. That boy don't care. He don't care. He's an outside baby. Minnie likes going outside, but he be outside. Like, he loves the sun. He loves to play. He loves the outdoors. And he's inquisitive. And it's not a bad thing. I don't mind that. I just don't want him to dig up my garden beds. I want to get that in place now so that when I start putting actual my plants in the ground, we won't have these issues. But 10 out of 10, great experience. I earned all the sleep I got. Okay. Friday night, I went and picked up the lumber and the initial planter blocks, and I'll get to that in a minute. Offloaded that. I unloaded that. They loaded up in my car, but I unloaded it when I got here. Of course, woke up early. Did I do anything else? I tried to put together. Oh, I had a wheelbarrow from Walmart. I took that back, not just because it wasn't worth it, but because I also got shamed. Because the boys were like, "There's certain things that you own that you do not buy unless it's you don't buy." Unless it's assembled. They were like wheelbarrows, grills, and it was something else. They said it should always be assembled when you get it, because you do not want to go through the BS. So I got a wheelbarrow, and I got one with wooden handles. So we got some Gorilla Glue, so that it was first of all be waterproof, rubberize it, so it's more comfortable whether I'm using my work gloves or not. And those two things together will also help keep the wood from splintering. Because my thing is, let's say like I'm working and I forget to put my wheelbarrow in my little space that I have because it's wood, right? Then I know at least those handles will be intact. And I won't have to worry about like replacing them or replacing the wheelbarrow sooner than later. What did I say I would get back to the wheelbarrow? And I told y'all about the dirt. Dang, what did I tell you I was gonna get back to? It wasn't the wheelbarrow. So the wheelbarrow went back. We didn't use Flexi, whatever it's called. We used the Gorilla one. I can't remember what I was gonna say. I can't remember. But all this is coming along, and I'm very excited. So after this, there's only like 1 or 2 more gardening things I'm getting. And then the focus is really just going to be letting my seedlings grow, getting those in the ground, sowing some seeds, and yeah. So I'm going to have those done, right? Those are my main focuses now. It's February. I want to make sure I have whatever else I want to get started indoors. I want to get those started. I am considering doing one more garden bed, one longer one, which is going to be a 2 by 6 by 24. And so basically I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there'll be like 1 here. My guy friends recommended that maybe like by my fence I do like a trough. If I do, that's going to be later. I want to use the space I have. So I'm going to have some stuff growing in the garden bed. But I also want to try seeing what it would look like to actually grow some things directly in ground. I have some leftover wood from when my stairs were built, and I think I'll be able to use that. He came to get it this morning, and it was funny because my guy friends, when I said, oh no, he's gonna, like, my contractor's coming to get, they're like, why, you paid for it? And I didn't think about it, and I was like, you're right. So I have a couple of planks that I need to move before it rains on Thursday. I wonder if I regret him because he took the smaller wood bits, like the triangles and squares. And in retrospect, I'm like, I probably could have kept that. It's possible that I could have used it. But I do think I'm going to build one more garden bed using that wood that I have. I think what I might need to do is just get it cut. So that's all good. And I'm going to see if I can finesse one of these stores to do it. Because I don't know what I'm doing with cutting the wood. I don't want to hurt myself. And I think that was it. Dang, I can't remember what I was going to get back to. Oh, I'm gonna transplant my lemon tree soon. Oh, that's the other thing I was gonna get. I was gonna get some more trees. I was saying that there's 2 gardening things. I think I want to build a larger garden bed. That's probably gonna be like for my onions, corn, shallots. We're gonna see though. But if I do shallots and garlic, I gotta buy seed or sets, and I don't want to. I'm gonna start my onions soon. I think it's time. I gotta do some research. I think I can do onions now. Yeah, I have Vidalia white and some ruby red. So we're gonna see how I feel. I just hurt my work computer, but I'm off. I also got some more seeds. I think I told you I had ordered quite a few. So keep in mind that a lot of these seeds is just for my collection, just for me to have. And also I went ahead and got some for when the fall comes. I have like 2 potatoes that is sprouting. I'm thinking about just throwing those in my 10 gallons. I don't know yet. We gonna see what I do. I'm gonna let y'all know because I think it's gonna be real cute. Again, I told you I got my peach tree. I'm gonna repot my Eureka. I have a Eureka lemon. I had a kumquat and I think it died, and I think that's what I'm looking at right now. It was doing really well, and now it's not doing so well. But it's not dead. It's just not doing well. So I'm gonna repot it and see if it'll be happier in a different environment. I wanted to show you these seeds I got. This is from a company called Southern Seed Exchange. They are on Etsy, Southern Seed Exchange. And I got a few interesting things. I got some maca root. Apparently maca can grow in my zone. This is Peruvian maca. It's also called like Peruvian ginseng. It says here that maca is easy to grow due to their native harsh conditions. It can easily tolerate very poor soil, but it will need full sun and cooler temperatures. Surface sow 2 seeds per plant on the top of the soil, gently press into the soil and water immediately. After sowing and during the entire growth phase, the substrate should be kept cool and, I'm gonna say damp because I don't like using that word. Let me see if I can help y'all see that word. Y'all see that last word? I know it's backwards, but yeah. I ain't seen it. I also got bee balm. This is the Monarda mix. Bring some good pollinators. This is All-American parsnip. I'm not a heavy parsnip eater, but with me being vegetarian now, I would like to have some more like hardier root vegetables available. And this says that 2 to 3 weeks before the last frost, soak the seeds overnight, then direct sow them half inch deep and 4 inch apart in rows 4 inches apart in rows 18 inches apart. Okay. Soil should be deeply worked with good drainage. Parsnip can be slow and irregular to germinate, so don't expect sprouting for 3 weeks. Keep soil damp and soft. Let's see that. Still backwards, but I'm not saying that word. And then lastly here we have dill dwarf fern leaf. That's weird. Hold up. I'm missing something. Hold up. I'm missing some seeds that I must have dropped. That's odd. Hold on. Let me make sure I didn't put it in here. There was supposed to be. That's weird. Unless, oh, please don't tell me the dogs got it. I don't think they did though. I had some peaches and cream corn. Manny, be careful, you little girl. Sweetie, what is really going on? I can say, let me look at my receipt. Yeah, that's what, the only thing I'm missing is the peaches and cream corn. I was supposed to get 60 seeds, and it doesn't look like I got them. I didn't even realize that. Or maybe I moved them. I'm gonna have to look around, but I did order some corn seeds, and hopefully I'm gonna have to contact them to let them know, which is not a problem. Things happen. So I'm gonna message them in a minute and let them know I didn't receive that. I thought that was peculiar. Huh. It's weird. But now that I think about it, I don't, sorry, I know I keep getting close. I don't remember seeing them. I'll look around. Hopefully I'm not slandering them right now. But long story short, that's what I got. Oh, and they gave me some dill. I think I ordered some dill. So I wanted to try to make my own brine and stuff eventually. And dill is tasty. So yeah. So the goal is to try to, I really want to do like 90%. I think 90% is reasonable. I can buy like my almond and coconut milk from the store, and I can get my jackfruit from there. If I was in Florida, I would definitely grow my own jackfruit. But Georgia, I'm not trying to complicate my life. So I'll say that. I don't want a greenhouse right now. If I don't have acres, just trying to, I want to grow quite a bit, but I'm also not trying to grow everything. And that's something that I have reminded myself is like, Amber, you ain't gonna be able to grow everything. Relax. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So thank you for listening to me babble about nothing. I hope all is well with you. And if you're a gardener, please let me know so I can follow. And if you have a channel, let me know. I want to learn, okay? I really want my garden to thrive. I have some perlite coming that I'm going to rake into my garden beds, as well as some earthworm castings. And after that, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I ain't buying nothing else for a minute. I ain't buying nothing else. I ain't buying nothing else. Oh, also, I went on Thrift Books, random, and I got the Blue Book Guide to Preserving. So I wanted to get my library together. Homestead Heart was saying how she has the newer one. She likes the newer one. It's good. But she was talking about how she had the OG, like the OG from like 09. And so I was like, well, let me see if I can find it on Thrift Books. And I did. So if you ever are looking for certain books that maybe you can't find a lot of places, or it's not in print anymore, I always recommend going to Thrift Books. Also, if you're environmentally conscious, which I try to be, that's a really great way of reducing your carbon footprint, is by, buying books that may have been loved on. But to be honest, I've gotten quite a few books that are like, they look like they're brand new, like like they might be new. So just keep that in mind. Oh, and this is the last thing I got. I didn't need it, but it was so cute when I saw people using it. It's a seating square. So basically, it gives you a square foot of measuring, right? And you press poke plant. So basically, it gives you different like measurements. Like if you're trying to have certain measures, like if you look there, it's a square foot. I want to show y'all. Let me read what it says. Perfect for blah blah blah. Plants can be done in rows or by square foot. Optimize your garden plot for the highest yield possible. Organizes the layout of your garden. Reduces the amount of weeds, etc. And then it says it also what I assume to be Francais. So you get a seeding square, spoon and wand, a funnel, a planting guide, and instructions, which is cute. They said this is great for kids, it's good for adults, and also my friends have children, and so when they come over and I want to make it fun, this is a way to do that. And they can also learn how to learn their measurements and stuff. So this is how it looks. This is the spoon. I think you can look at that. You can measure like how many inches you're in the soil. You can put seeds in here. Hold on, okay, in there, and like tip it out. And then you have the square itself. So you have, you know, these different, you can decide if you want your square to be based on this measurement, which would be, let's take a look, shall we? Looks like about 6 inches. So look, 6 inches in here, or if you want to do smaller spacing. So I just thought this was cute. But I also like the fact that I can do like neat squares. And like they said, if you have those squares laid out, then you also can do your rows. So I like that. I like little nifty stuff. And then you poke your hole. And then you can put your seeds in there, or yeah, whatever, however you feel like you need to do that. You can, oh, excuse me, actually, I guess you poke your hole, and then you can slide your seeds in, or do it separate, however you feel like it's best. It's cute, and my favorite color is green, so you know what I'm saying. And it comes with this planting guide, so, excuse me, So it shows you the measurements for that's nifty, that's handy. It shows you the measurements for different types. So for example, that was my cousin. I was like, I can't just film a video while she walking through. But here's the corn. I was like, I know, I saw that corn. This is the peaches and cream corn. So that's besides the point. So the seeding square is very cute, and here's my corn. And I'm gonna get that going. I don't know what the instructions are for corn. I ain't never grew corn before. Ugh, they can't buy someone corn directly. Oh, they want me to put it in the dirt. Okay, outside. Oh, this is gonna be so cute. They said there it's a heavy nitrogen feeder, so planting in beds which previously had nitrogen fixing crops such as beans or peas can give plants a boost. Bet, so I'll do my beans and my corn. Okay, but I gotta go, y'all. Get off my phone.